Yo, you know who it is. You know what it is. Your country kinfolk, your Alabama cousin, JABO. JABO ENT, Complete Game ENT in the building. And today, man, we done made a little switch, man. We're going to turn this thing into the Brims and Bats podcast. I got two very special guests in the building. We finna talk baseball. I got my boy Jerrell Calhoun.
Hey, what's up, everybody, man? Appreciate you having me on here, dog.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. My boy Ty Wyche.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
man.
what's good?
How y'all doing, man? We glad to be a part of this today, man. Talk a little baseball, switch it up.
Yeah, switch it up. So this y'all first time here, man. So we gonna start at the beginning, bro. Like, where y'all from, man?
Man, I'm reigning from the Gump Town, Montgomery, Alabama. That's where I'm from.
Okay.
Me, I'm from here in Georgia, Macon, Georgia. 75 southbound of Atlanta.
Okay. So tell me, man, what brought you two brothers into baseball, man? How did y'all get involved into the game of baseball? Was it early? Was it late? How did it come about?
I'll let Ty take it. I'll let Ty go first.
Yeah, baseball started for us early, man. When we grew up, like, baseball was really like, you know, like how everybody playing basketball, football, but baseball was big in the black culture where we from, especially in Macon. That was like everybody played baseball. So we started early on playing baseball, you know, getting the opportunities. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So that started for us around about, I want to say 6-7 years old.
Okay, cool. What about you?
Also, man, I was a military baby, so baseball kind of came for me a little different. I was born abroad. I was born in Panama Canal, so they play baseball and soccer over there. That's the only thing they do over there, and play you throwing the rocks up and hitting them with sticks. So that's where I started off, and then I moved to Alabama with my grandparents, and my granddad put me in the youth leagues and everything around Montgomery, and it just started taking off from there in the black community.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's talk about the youth leagues in the black community, man. How important is it to have those, you know what I'm saying, those feeder systems in those youth leagues in those communities? Can y'all elaborate on that a little bit?
It's real important because the kids got to have somebody to look up to, and mostly in our black communities, you got to have somebody that look like them that's doing the same thing. So you have basketball players. You got LeBron. You got LeBron. You got Dame Lillard. You got Dwayne Wade. You got Ja Morant. You got all the up and coming people that's coming up. So yeah, that's good and great. And you got your football players like Pat Mahomes and everybody. So now on the baseball side, they got to have somebody that's looking like them, doing that draw their interest in them playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. How you feel about it?
I feel the same way. Basically, how I feel about that, man, like when I was growing up, like baseball was cool. Like I feel like now it ain't cool no more. You know what I'm saying? Like we had the Ken Griffey Juniors. We wanted the Ken Griffey sneakers and the cleats. You know what I'm saying? Frank Thomas, Deion Sanders, Barry Bonds. You know what I'm saying? But right now, no kid can name a black baseball MLB player that they look up to and idolize like we did when we was kids. So basically, we created minority baseball prospects to bring that back into the community. And get us in the sport that we should have been in and that we're good enough to be in.
That's hard, man. Let me tell you a little bit about my experience as far as with the youth baseball. I started kind of late. I ain't started like 6, 7. I might have been 10 or 11 when I first started out there. But I started over at Tarrant, you know what I'm saying, Tarrant Recreation Center. So it was mainly white boys, you know what I'm saying? So when I first got out there, it was almost like a culture shock, you know what I'm saying? Because it's my first time playing baseball, and then I'm thrown in there with the best of the best almost. But it helped me so much because I learned technique. I learned different little stuff, you know what I'm saying? So when I went back to my neighborhood to play, I was like one of the best kids there around all the black kids, you know what I'm saying? So I always encourage kids to like get out their comfort zone and go play other places, go play travel ball, go play over the mountain, go play, you know what I'm saying, other places with other competition, because when you bring that stuff back to your stomping grounds, you can teach your people different techniques and stuff to elevate their game as well. So
yeah,
that's just one of my experiences.
Oh yeah, no doubt, most definitely, and to that point, going to play travel ball, and I mean, Going to play baseball and getting as many reps as you can is always good because in your community, I mean, unfortunately, sometimes you might not have that guy that's throwing. I just say we could just start off at 80 miles per hour. He might not be throwing that hard, so you got to go. Sometimes you got to go out and seek different competition. And with our organization and everything, we have black kids that can throw 85 plus miles per hour. When we try to put everybody in the same situation where they can be seen at the right time.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So what was the we know what the basis of the program was, but what really got the ball rolling on the minority, you know what I'm saying, baseball prospect?
Okay, I'm gonna speak on what really got the ball rolling on behalf of my little brother Alex Wyche.
Okay.
He really the CEO and the founder of this, and he came to me with his idea in 2020. You know, COVID happened. You know, everybody mind just running now, seeing what, you know, it was a good and a bad thing. It was good to a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? So what we came up with, he had the opportunity to play ball at a high level, and he feel like he didn't get that opportunity that he deserved from a former great that was training him. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And basically when he came back to Atlanta, he was heard about, so he got the opportunity to be a head coach at a very young age. I think he was 24, 25.
Okay.
So when he got that opportunity, he took everything he learned from playing at a high level and put it back into the kids.
Right.
And then he started getting, you know, he went to a top school, which is Redan High School, that is known for black baseball here in Atlanta.
Right.
So he started coaching, started going, you know, getting kids. Like, I don't know, his track record right now is pretty impeccable. Probably like 40-some black kids in the D1, D2 baseball, and like 4 or 5 that don't got drafted in baseball right out of high school.
Okay.
Since he been there. So his track record is impeccable. So he wanted to impact the game more than just the coaching side. He felt like he had reached his peak on that. Okay. So he came up with a platform for minority baseball, which is to help kids and funnel kids from youth all the way to college to get that exposure for that next level. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's when minority baseball came about, just providing a platform for blacks and minority players that wasn't provided at all until now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and is this like an open door policy, or like if I'm a kid and I feel like I got what it takes, how do I get involved with
minority?
Yeah, how I get involved.
So how you get involved is, of course, you got to be a baller.
Oh yeah. We want some dogs now. We need some ballers.
We want some ballers, but how to get involved? We got a website at www.minoritybaseball.com where you can upload your videos of like if your mom, your dad taking videos of you, you can subscribe to our platform, upload your videos. On that platform, we have scouts and everybody across the world that are subscribed to that platform. So what it does is, it's like I don't know if you guys are familiar with like Huddle, like the football video that be on YouTube.
Yeah.
Baseball never had that for them to get seen. Right. So we're creating a video system where they can get seen.
So with these videos, do it need to be I'm taking ground balls, I'm hitting at the cage, or do it need to be real live action, like real game? Both.
Yeah, both go with all.
Both.
Yeah.
We like real game footage, but both. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll have that'll give you a platform to be seen, and then once that platform established and you getting hits and people asking us, who is this kid? You know what I'm saying? People that subscribe to our platform, and then that's how it takes off. And now you're seen at an early age, and you can get that opportunity that was never been had. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay. Cool. So that's dope, man. And you got a new position over there at the situation, right?
Oh yeah. So where I come into play is
right.
I'm the president of community relations, and I also I run on the Alabama regional director. So I kind of run everything and head everything out of the state of Alabama. So coming from where we come from, you from Birmingham,
Right.
I'm from Montgomery, so that what we got with a 80-mile stretch between the two cities.
Right.
Birmingham being more of the hub, I say, other than Atlanta for black baseball. You got a lot of opportunity in Birmingham with a lot of kids that's from up there. Like I told you earlier, Dakar White, the kid that's at Clear, 6'3", 212 pounds in the 9th grade with an LSU offer, a black kid.
Right.
And he going to be coming to one of our events July 30th. He going to come to our underclass high school All-American showcase. Because also, on top of what we do on the college side, we do the same thing for high schoolers. And also, we kind of made an announcement about it, but we can go and put it out there. We've been putting it out there. We also going to be doing the same thing for black softball players as well as we doing from the baseball side.
Take it over to the softball side as well.
Girls, because they don't have that platform either. You know what I'm saying? So just
that's
create
a whole different wave we gonna tap into.
Yep, just creating that opportunity.
Okay, now I say I'm a white boy. And I can't get nobody to mess with me. Can I subscribe to the minority baseball?
Yeah.
You can.
You
know what I'm saying? I'm just putting it out there. It's somebody gonna be watching this, be like, well, I got a little black in me. My third cousin on my mama's side. You know what I'm saying? He mixed. You feel me? Like, can I subscribe? Can I be down?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, we turning nobody away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the name is Minority Baseball Prospects. So, we ain't turning no kids down. We just trying to make it, where everybody on the equal playing field.
Yeah, even out the playing
That's
field.
it. You know what I'm saying? That's what our goal is to strive. We ain't trying to be like, oh yeah, we just pro no other race. No, we just trying to make sure everybody get that same opportunity as every other race in this game.
Right.
And also to the listeners and viewers out there, believe it or not, a lot of white kids have came to our high school showcases and gotten scholarships at HBCUs on the D1 and D2 level or the NAIA level. So I mean, to answer that question, we don't turn nobody down.
Yeah, man, open door policy, man. Come on through.
Yeah, minority.
Yeah,
for sure. Well, let's talk about the game of baseball a little bit more, man. What life skills do y'all feel like baseball taught you just playing the game, just the camaraderie? You know what I'm saying? Just being depending on the fellas. You know what I'm saying? The fellas depending on you. You got to come through. Even when you make a bad play, you know what I'm saying, pick your head up, hold your head up, you know what I'm saying? Like what are some of the life skills and, you know what I'm saying, the positive characteristics that the game, you know what I'm saying, put on y'all?
Well, I can say this personally, and I just start when I got to play college collegiately baseball, and it taught me about being on time, being accountable,
right,
being a good teammate. Learning how to sit and wait your turn, because it's going to be somebody better than you when you get on that level. So sometimes you got to sit and wait on your opportunity. And when your opportunity comes, seize it. So personally, I had to learn that, because when I first got to college, I didn't start. I had to wait. I had to wait a while. And once the person in front of me got hurt, I was able to take off and not look back. So it taught me a lot of being patient, being that patient and not rushing everything and, I was good here, so that mean I supposed to play here. No, it don't work. It don't work like that when you get on that level. Yeah. I say that's one of the small things a minute that
patience definitely is a virtue. You know that's what the old people say. What about yourself, Ty?
Man, I can go on about this sports in general, but baseball, it taught me, sports, like, it teaches a valuable lesson to the kids at an early age. It teaches, like you said, it builds camaraderie. It teaches leadership. It teaches discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, being on time is one practice. Practice make perfect. That's with anything you do in life. So I feel like sports in general equates to life. Like, it's like not how much you can take stuff from sports and equate it in your everyday life. You're not gonna win every day.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So being that you're not gonna win every day, how do you channel your mind to pick up and still have that same attitude after you lose, to keep going?
Right.
You feel me? So sports plays a major part in that, and that like everything in life you gonna do, you gonna get knocked down. You gonna have some trial and error. You gonna have some fail. You gonna have some losses. But everything you do, you learn from that and keep going. And I feel like that's the most important thing that people miss out with sports. Helps kids in general to be prepared for life.
Right. All right, that's cool. What Mother's Day just passed and Father's Day around the corner, man. Let's talk about some of the sacrifices that these parents got to make sure these kids get to the next level. I know it's real. Like I done heard stories of kids missing family reunions 5-6 years straight. You know what I'm saying? And just different stuff that, you know, kids want to be a part of, but they train and they practicing. They got to be here. They got to be there to get to the next level. And, you know, it all pay off when you get to the next level. So let's talk about some of the sacrifices that the family got to make.
Well, I start off sacrifices, and I mean, and I speak on our company to that point. A lot of our events and a lot of events that surround our events, you have black kids or kids in general. They might have to miss their family reunion because they play for the Philadelphia Phillies scout team, and they got to be at this showcase game or this showcase tournament this weekend, and it's gonna be 3 or 4 scouts there to see them. But, you know, at the age of 14, 15, you know, do I want to be a kid? And there's nothing wrong with being a kid. I'm not saying that's a problem at all. Or do I want to make these life changing decisions to be a pro or to be a high quality collegiate player to go to that next level? So you got to find that fine line. And I mean, me personally, I didn't have that level when we was coming through because we didn't have all this that we had now. Right. But I had to make some sacrifices in myself, and it taught me. I mean that, hey, do I want to go to the prom, or do I need to go down here and work out in front of this scout to try to set myself up for August? Because the prom ain't gonna be
gonna be here. Coach Wyche called my house on prom. I was going to the prom. We called my house to talk to me.
For real?
Alabama State. Yeah, my grandma called. She was like, "Yeah, coach just called for you from Alabama State or something." Woo woo. You know, I thought that messed up my whole chances, but you know what I'm saying. I still got to go and play ball at Alabama State. So salute to Coach Wyche and the Hornets down there, man. What about yourself, Ty? What about them sacrifices, man? Moms and pops and big brother had to make, man.
The sacrifices been overwhelmed. Like, we played sports, every sport growing up. So road trips, your family got to make. The cost of hotels, a lot of time that don't get included. AAU tournaments, travel ball, like, it's a big sacrifice for parents. And you know what I'm saying? I commend all the parents that are doing that sacrifice for their kids, because it's a lot when you trying to work and then send your kids to all of these tournaments to get that exposure, you know what I'm saying, that they need. So I feel like the sacrifices is a big thing, and especially in our black community, you know what I'm saying? I want us to, you know, continue to make those sacrifices for our kids, because that's where it started at. Yep. And them getting seen to be at that next level. And for the young adults that may be listening to your podcast, you know, sometimes it means a lot where you got to work through the summer to work on your craft and whatever you plan, and not go to those parties and hanging out. Like, the best of the best is working during the summer.
Yeah, they definitely are. I can definitely attest to that, man, because just some of the sacrifices I made was, you know what I'm saying, I did it when I was a little older, but I still made sacrifices to not go to this party. Man, I got to go to the library. I got to go, you know what I'm saying? Because I got to stay focused. Yep. You know what I'm saying? It's all about being focused on the task at hand to get to the next level. And when you get there, it's so much more rewarding when you made sacrifices and worked for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
And JABO, that go in life too, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to sacrifice a lot as an adult with growing your company, growing your entertainment company, doing what you doing, which is amazing what you doing. You had to make sacrifices to get here.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
People don't see that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They see I always say people see the glory, they never see the grind.
Yeah, they see the baby. Yeah. They don't care about the 9 months. They just want to see the baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely get that, man. Let me get y'all thoughts on why do you think that baseball left the inner city like it did? Like why so many black kids ain't interested in baseball like it was when we was growing up? I mean, because we had the Andrew Joneses and the Ken Griffiths and Chipper Jones and just what I'm saying, whoever to look at, what I'm saying, to formulate that in our mind. So where do you think we lost it at?
Well, it's two things I say. It's two things I hit on. I think we lost the interest in it because the sport, as far as if you're a single parent, you're a single mom, you got 2 or 3 boys or something like that, baseball can be real expensive.
Yes.
So that's what we lost it at, I say. And you got coaches that don't really know about baseball that's on the high school level. You may have baseball not considered your cash cow. So even though it is a cash cow on the back end, but as far as in our community, baseball, what is that? So
you'll just let anybody coach.
Yeah, you got football coach, PE coach, tennis coach, or whatever coach. Hey, can you coach baseball to get that whatever $2,500 or whatever stipend you gonna get? And another thing, I learned this from a guy named Mr. Michael Coker, Black College Nines. He told me on the radio show on Monday that made me think a little bit deeper. He said in the early 70s and all, because he's a pretty older guy. Okay. He said sneakers changed the way of baseball because you had your Dr. J's, you had your Converse, then Michael Jordan came out with fancy sneakers, then Nike, and whatever case may be. So that kind of took their interest from baseball to basketball and football because of the fancy shoes and all that type of stuff. And when he told me that made a lot of sense. When he told me that he an old seasoned veteran, so when he said that, I'm like, yeah, that do make a lot of sense. He said it wasn't so much as race, because in our mind, in our generation, we kind of think race plays a factor. He say, nah, no race at all. He say shoes. He say, where you had to wear your fancy Jordans on. You had to wear your Jordans on the basketball court to be seen. Not, you got Jordan cleats now, but we dating back to the 90s and 80s. Yeah. Jordans was on the basketball court. Yeah. Converse was on the basketball court. Right. Dr. J was on the rowing on the basketball court. So it all made it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, man. Whoever said that, boy, you almost hit the nail on the head right there. For real.
That definitely make a lot of sense. And just to piggyback on what I said earlier, man, we ain't got nobody that look like us representing in the MLBs and at that higher level, at the highest level. You know what I'm saying? So, like, touch on the sneakers and that you talking about. When I was growing up, we had those cleats. Right. We had those Ken Griffith and Deion Sanders cleats. That was Bo Jackson. That was raw. Yeah. Like, you wanted to play baseball to get them cleats. And you wanted to play like that player because we had those, flashy Deion Sanders. Let's be real. Like, our culture is built on fashion. Like, we love fashion. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, when we had those type of players in the game, that's what made kids fall in love with the game. You know what I'm saying? And I think for kids and to get it back in our community and culture, we got to create that lane again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got to create that lane to get us into that highest level and make it cool again, because baseball is a fun sport. If you played it as a kid, like, baseball is fun. Like, we had a blast doing it. So at the end of the day, just getting it back, it gonna start at the youth level. You know what I'm saying? To get it to where we trying to get it with minority baseball prospects, it gotta start at the youth level. So we creating all type of things to get it started back. Like, we creating our own little mascot. You know what I'm saying? MBP got our own little mascot called Swaggy. You know what I'm saying?
Salute to Swaggy.
We gonna introduce Swaggy to the world. He got his little MBP chain. Okay. It's super dope. You know what I'm saying? And we just capture kids' attention span is short. So if we capture their attention span and making baseball cool again, I think we'll grow the game like we want to grow it, like how we had it when we was playing. We was small.
Cool. All right, good. Talking about when we was playing, man, tell me about a play or two that y'all made that was like, wow, bro, I can't believe I done that one. Like, any plays that stick out during your tenure of playing?
I can say for my
You ain't had that many players. Look, you trying to look back to let me look back in the archive. I hit that home run and that.
Well, I had one home run in my high school career.
Okay.
Now that was pretty good.
I had one in mine too, and let me tell you, it was an inside the park grand slam at Rickwood.
For real?
Yeah, against we was down.
God.
We was down some points against Parker. Coach Moss, you remember? You remember Coach Moss? You feel me? Yeah, but I hit an inside the park home run grand slam.
Man.
And I got the J's the next day. It was crazy.
Rickwood. Shout out to Rickwood.
Yeah, shout out to Rickwood.
Man, you had to hit that thing a long way.
Yeah, I hit it good. I hit it pretty good.
Cause so I'm thinking, not even me knowing where you hit the ball at. Me
it
just
probably
thinking,
hit like Bull Durham.
I think you hit it. You had to hit the ball like right center.
Yeah.
Somewhere around the vanilla. That's a big.
Yeah.
That's a deep part of the field, and you miss anything over that way.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's what it was. It was right, like right center, more right, but it was right center. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I got a couple, man. I got one. I used to pitch too. You know, when you in our black community, hey, you can pitch, you gonna catch. If you an athlete,
you gonna play third, center field, everything.
Second, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I used to pitch. I used to have this change up that really wasn't a change up, but it was my facial expressions that I created. Like I was finna throw the ball super fast and super gas, and I kind of just lobbed it a little bit across the plate. But every time I had the most strikeouts because they swung super early because my wind up and my facial expression, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that was like one of my most signature moves I had when I was coming up playing.
That's hard.
And then one more, I would say it's not really a play, but we was going to the state AAU, you know, baseball, travel ball. So day before the state, you know, you got the All Stars that make the team from your rec program.
Right.
So rushing, I don't shit my thumb up in the car. I know most people don't shit their hand up in the car as a kid.
Yeah.
Whole hand was blue. The next day we traveled to play. Couldn't play, but one of my best friends now, one of my good friends, he was able to make the team because of he was an alternate.
Okay, so when your thumb got injured, he gave him an opportunity. What he did something good.
Man, his first at bat, he hit a home run in that playoff game, the All Star game that we was playing against another team, and I thought that always would stick with me. Because he got that opportunity, and that's just how happy I was for him to get an opportunity to be, you know, come in and be an alternate.
And he rose to the occasion.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He got slap one out the park, man.
He seized his opportunity.
Yeah, that's right. Let's talk about this game, man. This game coming up. We got June 3rd.
Yeah.
June 3rd. Okay.
We got the HBCU All Star Game.
Yep.
So we taking the top 55 HBCU baseball players in the country.
Okay.
Put them at Truist Park at the Braves Stadium. We're going to have a home run derby. They're going to go through skills clinics, showcases in front of scouts, major league scouts, front office people, and we're going to have a real all-star game where they're going to go out and compete against each other.
This is going to separate the men from the boys.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is our second annual one, actually.
Yep.
Okay.
At the world.
What some of the players that we should be looking for out there, man? Any names come to mind?
One name that come to mind is Corey King.
Corey King.
He plays at Alabama State University.
Okay. My alma mater.
He's batting probably like 410.
Okay.
And to me, he's probably one of the best hitters in the country. He can really stroke the ball. He hit a home run yesterday, actually, against Alabama A&M.
Okay.
We in our last series in Huntsville this weekend, so he might get player of the year in the SWAC. He's a good baseball player.
Yeah.
We looking for him, man.
I have to second that. He one of the ones to be looking for in this game. So just to elaborate a little more on the game, June 2nd at the Braves Stadium, the world champion Braves here in Atlanta.
Shout out to the Braves.
Shout out to the Braves. So for giving us that opportunity to get on that field. So Thursday we got a whole day for kids.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So kids clinic Thursday where they'll learn fundamentals of the game, different things of that sort. Then the players will be out there. Former major league players will be out there on the field as well. They get to see the stadium, tour the stadium and everything. And then the home run derby for the top HBCU players that are in the game will be that Thursday night.
Okay.
And then Friday, we got a vendor / tailgating homecoming HBCU field.
Okay.
Where we got vendors. And you can, all of this is on www.minoritybaseball.com. Vendors can sign up, get whatever you want, sell or however you want to introduce your product. That'll be a great place because you'll get the Battery, people from the Battery.
Right.
If y'all been to the new Braves Stadium, and then everybody that's coming to that game. So we'll have a live DJ, food, whole vendor experience. We got over hundreds of vendors right now signed up. And then at night, it'll be at 7:30, it'll be the actual HBCU All Star Game that's going to showcase the top HBCU baseball players in the whole world, and they're going to be on one stage in front of thousands of people. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be a good opportunity for if you play HBCU baseball. We're going to have this every year. This is a platform that we created. It gives you something to look forward to make the All Star Game, and it gets seen by. We're going to have every major league scout there and overseas scouts for overseas baseball. So if you want to continue your game, you know what I'm saying, we putting the opportunity in front of you.
Yeah, you got to get down with the program, man. I mean, like you said, if it ain't an opportunity for you here, it's overseas ball. It's so many different tiers of baseball to play. That's why I love the game of baseball, because you can find anywhere to play. You know what I'm saying? And make a living. And actually make a living doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope, man. So tell the people the website one more time.
www.minoritybaseball.com, and you can go in there and find the link right at the top that you can click on, especially for this HBCU event. But if you want to surf the web and get your kids involved with their videos, that's on the website as well. Just go on there and check out the website and toggle through it. You'll be able to find everything you're looking for.
All right, there you have it, man.
And also on Instagram, throw that in there. You follow us on @MBP, @MBP Takeover on all social media platforms. You had it on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And on Facebook, we just Minority Baseball Prospects. But look us up, read about us, and it's some real interesting things on there.
So what's next, man? What's next for the whole situation? I mean, I know what y'all doing next month, but I'm just saying, like, where y'all see this thing going in 5 to 10 years? You know what I'm saying? Where we gonna be at, man?
Man, that's the most exciting part. You know what I'm saying? Where we going? So we going basically with Minority Baseball Prospects, man. We not only just want to create events, we want to create a lifestyle around this. We want to create schools. We want to create our own baseball fields, our own baseball leagues. You know what I'm saying? So giving kids that opportunity, giving them, a lot of fundamentals of not just the game of baseball and life to create jobs. You know what I'm saying? We want to create jobs around the game. You know what I'm saying? For, our people to be able to explore those opportunities as well. So I feel as if Minority Baseball Prospects, to be real with you, will be right next to MLB in 5 to 10 years.
All right. We speaking it into existence, man. It's going to be there. You best believe that. So any final words for the people, man? You know what I'm saying? Continue to play baseball. That's my thing. What else y'all got to say to these
Continue
folks,
to play baseball.
Continue to play.
Come see us at Truist Park on June 1st through the 3rd. Yep. All kids free also at this event. So
come out there all kids free, man. You ain't got no excuse to go pick them children up and take them out there.
Yes.
All the kids are free.
All the kids
free 99, man.
Yeah,
free t-shirts, free everything for the kids. Come check us out. Come read about us. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be hearing about Minority Baseball Prospects in the near future. MBP is the acronyms for short. So if you see MBP, that's Minority Baseball Prospect. Come check us out. June 2nd, Kids Clinic, and June 3rd will be the game at Truist Park, Atlanta Braves, new stadium at the Battery.
Hey, man, there you have it, man. It's been another episode of the BnB Podcast. You did what I'm saying? Brims and black bats today. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's been, man.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to have you brothers in the building, man. We talked baseball.
Blessed. Thank you
we
for
talked
having us.
the positive energy. We getting the kids back involved, man. MBP. Y'all know what it is. See y'all next time.